I'm an immigrant woman, and I have stories to share. 22 years ago, on November 22nd, when the immigration officer settled her stamp on my Iranian passport, my self-identity changed forever. However, she just had issued a 6-month visitor visa for me, but in fact, my entire life journey shifted on that dark and rainy evening at Vancouver International Airport. I became an immigrant woman. In a second, being a woman and an immigrant intersected, and somehow they merged to an intertwined identity with no pause. They became me and I became them. Sometimes I hated them, and sometimes I loved them. Sometimes they made me so proud, and sometimes they failed me. In some situation, one has been in contrast with the other one. They could never have a break from each other, and I could never step away from them since then. Honestly, I cannot define one without the other one anymore. They both were deconstructed and reconstructed, formed and reformed under the influence of many external and internal factors during the past 22 years. They have often been reshaped or redefined. They have repeatedly been denied or accepted. They have often been hated or loved. They have often been used or abused. They have often been honored or ashamed. They have often been highlighted or forced into the shadow. In February 2001, when the immigration officer approved my permanent residency, she handed the landing paper to me and said, "Lily, welcome to Canada." While I had tears in my eyes, I shyly said, "Thank you, officer. You gave me a second life." She looked into my eyes steadily and said, "You have to appreciate yourself, not me. You earned what you have." I nodded and packed my items. Before I stepped out of her office, she called me again. I turned and she said, "Lily, you are a young immigrant woman. You will be faced with so many challenges as an immigrant woman. But always remember, being a Canadian is not the end of your dreams. It is the beginning. Be yourself and dream big." Living the life of an immigrant woman with big dreams in the past 22 years taught me hard but valuable lessons of resiliency. I broke down thousands of times and still had no other option except gathering all my broken pieces and put them back together to build a new me. I learned more about where to speak up and where to keep silence. I realized I could not always fight, but had to give in time to time to survive. I know sometimes I have to sell myself short for gaining bigger goals. I'm aware I have to be more patient in order not to be judged. Also, I better forgive and move forward more often than stay and fight. I also know I have been used as a token of diversity and inclusion in many different situations. However, that hurts a lot. But I do not have the luxury to be stuck with my emotion. I know when individuals deliver apologies for their inappropriate behaviors. Most of the time I said, "It's okay," and I moved forward. However, it was not okay. I know I compromised every day, but I do not regret. 22 years later, I honor every single minute of my journey. First-generation immigrant women with big dreams suffer beyond imagination to get the confidence to express their talents or interests. They have to prove themselves every single day on personal, professional, and public levels. They accept more tasks to show they can do more, and they ask less to make sure they will remain a player. They apologize for more to please others and rarely receive apologies from others. Sometimes they get tired and give up their big dreams forever. And sometimes they take a break to reflect for a while and come back stronger. This year, on my birthday, I have received a unique gift from an incredible special person, an eagle bone whistle. I'm so humbled and honored. The whistle was presented to me by a beautiful indigenous soul. She told me that the whistle is calling you out to follow your big dreams and to be your own better self. She was reflecting the voice of my immigration officers who told me exactly the same things 22 years ago. I made a promise to nurture the whistle's spirit by being my own self and following my dreams. As a first step, I would like to start to tell my stories. I would like to tell the friendly, funny, serious, heartbreaking, and happy stories of a second language, first generation immigrant woman before and after immigration. I strongly believe women's individual and collective narratives needs to be said and needs to be heard. And I'm here. And I'm here to start mine. And proudly would like to say, I'm a woman. I'm an immigrant. I'm an immigrant woman. I'm an immigrant woman with big dreams